Hi, I'm Catrina Demonteverde with IdeateTV, and I'm here with LK Walsh. She's the author for Lavender Soul. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good, good. So tell us about your book.
So, The Lavender Soul is a young adult high fantasy novel where lavender eyes mean that you are either going to destroy evil or become evil. And it is a choice, it's not something that's already been decided. Vera here, she's on the cover, she's 16 years old, and she's been hidden away her entire life only based on the color of her eyes. So you can imagine she's a little bit frustrated. But the villain has found out where she's been hidden. So her and her guardian, who is a warrior, have to adventure through a world of fantastical beasts of my own creation, or also ones that I've reimagined. We would be super short in the fairy kingdom. They're big and powerful creatures. And she has to figure out what she is going to be and what her purpose is.
Wow. Okay, so how did you come up with that concept?
So she actually came to me. I was just daydreaming and I saw a dress and I wanted to know who would wear it, and so I was trying to figure out where she lived, and she didn't live on Earth, so I naturally just created an entire world to figure out her story.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. So how did you get started as an author? Because you had mentioned earlier to me that this is your first book, right?
Yes.
So how did you get started?
As I actually got started as a child, writing was always how I could communicate. If I got frustrated, I couldn't actually verbally speak. I would have to write letters to my parents if I got frustrated as a child. And so writing has always been there for me. And this just kind of took over. Most authors have a quote that talk about how you almost get possessed by the characters. And so I didn't want to become an author. I wanted to become a practical person in society, but the characters took over, and so I just ran with them.
That's so great. So where can we find the book? If people wanted to, check it out, purchase it, where would we find it?
Yeah, it is on my website at lkwalshauthor.com. It is also on Amazon, and it is a Kindle book as well. So, and I'm currently recording the audiobook as well.
Great. Okay, so one more question.
Yes.
A lot of authors get writer's block. What do you do when you're in that situation? Like, what's your perfect setting for writing?
I run away. No, I'm kidding.
Whatever works, right?
I stopped working on that exact scene that is giving me writer's block. A lot of people try and write in order. For me, I jump around. I'm a little bit spastic, so I start to do that with my writing, and I jump around to a different scene and just because they will figure it out. Yeah. The story does, if you just don't put so much pressure on it to be perfect, it actually ends up being perfect in the end anyway, if you just take that off. I think we're a little bit too pressurized, if you will.
No, that makes total sense, because you do need to have your mind be free of the stress and the pressure. So it's really smart that you do step away and just work on what you can and come back to it. So that's great. Okay, so what's your next step?
My next step, I am currently actually writing the prequel. I'm writing the villain's story, because this was going to be a standalone, and the villain got jealous once this did get published. And so I'm writing that and doing an audiobook and just enjoying the adventure as it comes along.
Wonderful. Well, it was great meeting you, and thank you for telling us about your book, and congratulations on this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Catrina Demonteverde with IdeateTV.